أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Good evening to you all. It's your host here, your brother Malik Mane. At People's Power, coming from Grantham, Lincolnshire, the United Kingdom. And it is a Gambian platform. So tonight we are going to have an important program as it is the eve of our independence celebration day coming tomorrow, the 18th of February. So I am not in the position to say to you, my brothers, happy independence in advance, because for me it is not a happy one. And I don't know when, but all I know is today we are trying. We, the Gambians, are trying, and hopefully the next generation or the one after that will be celebrating on the right course. Mr. Dinari, thank you very much, brother. I can see that you are always in the front now. Not many people beat you to the foundation, to the platform now, and it is always good to see brothers like you joining the platform, and that gives me courage to come. You know, I look forward to coming back to the platform, knowing that, you know, as soon as I press the start button, you know, people like you will be on the screen and immediately start writing. You know, this is what gives me hope that we are going the right direction. Because there were days that we don't have these opportunities. You know, the time some of us have started being an activist, you know, we had no opportunity rather than to write on the walls or write on papers and send it to places where people will come across it. But before I get into the main program today, which is our independence, as you will see on the top of the page, I said our independence from our colonial masters. So the topic today is going to be whether we are definitely independent or not. And the reason I bring this topic tonight, I will be ready to go into it, you know, as long as it takes tonight. Because tomorrow will be the how to call it, the celebration of this day. And believe me, and some of you, my brothers, you know that we have been doing this since when we were in our, primary schools. In the days of Sadauda, may Allah be pleased with him, we used to look forward to this day. But then we were children, we don't know exactly what we were doing. I think we were only there to enjoy the march and whatever comes with it. But the very reason why we were going out, we don't know. And as for me, I kept learning about us, the Gambians, our relation with the colonial masters. But until today, I am still studying, and there is a very big argument in between us, the Gambians, us who have seen the early days of Sadauda, and the younger generations that hasn't seen anything about Sadada's government. These two generations, they have a conflict. So these are the things that we will be talking about today. But before I get there, I want to talk to my brother 𝗵𝗲𝗍𝗲𝗍 of Esau Ward. I've got a very disappointing video from a brother who used to be on the platform, but because he knows that part of my roots come from Jinak, and I have always been here to defend Jinak when it comes to whatever that is not in their favor. People know me on this platform that I always stood for it, and this is why whatever comes on that part of the country, the people will get my attention to it, so that they will ask me to do what I can do about it. And what I can do about it is to bring it to the platform for all the brothers to see it themselves. So let's watch this program.
Right here. So among tara low pouring among tara dinkraro damian ka pria telephone. Yeah, because the more even balitul file jang, even yamul file jang. A meter ning moma kunin dang at a dana benala natamila mol bulude. Sama dang siva koleala bake for a lutanong cool. Malaringi kurantoli bebatale, because Susulal fanamba siala yalong. In Fenorum Kawale course. Yamu Esau na leo le konati. Esau la leo le konomujanti. Nkali ajele. Nkali aje karobi sol fai dam into tenten. Ali imbeje le tenten. So abinakan tene na mo mang wili minsa anyato kundunte. So sate funding ke media am kan tole. Lunga wuli nganyo mui ngakacha. Kujama le bejami along ko nyanta ngabe to pato nyo kane. Ya nyanta ka beke. Esau la bete anala nyatota anindandang la senea kamala.
Yo, mbadingol. Ni wo bataje.
Dunia baluwo mo.
Aliajale natalol doyata nyawnyam but nal fango nyinjibe albajelale sate molka no faida minto yajal. So video to alia moyle broda nyimbe mim fokan yaje nyimbe la sila dalle la ne silo bala jibe ibajela ebe sinnol jela le bajela molka tamanin damin. You see, Aliajal. So ne aje nga 𝗵𝗲𝗍𝗲𝗍 tofo jang 𝗵𝗲𝗍𝗲 le keta moti mi yalon ka telem Esau ani nyomi la kansuloti watol sotota jande mini yalon ko ning 𝗵𝗲𝗍 kolt eta nyokan min keta jinaki kolti but nying Esau problemo min be kerenteng mbota nyin lol min tandi kante niaje mba kumo fokan teng kudol nene findita Esau la no ngamine diamu ibena video kotol kono min keta Esau dingoti mi yalon ko ay lottery win pira lottery win ayala kodota atata ay puspuso sang nyensin nani ma puspusol ay binol ke kono bino min tata fo lulu wala woro ate fango ye wura bara wo ma fango la wo taxi peka loda minto kabo police station to kata komin niluntangol be jila ferio kono ka tambinin daminila wo kewo ya kala do quality a fangola kodo min yalon ko kai over 300 thousand le win from the Gambia lottery I mira purkata wo sinani ma puso sang I binol sanga ya ka kono then a fango ye do ko kumasi kalal dula seniyande yala wo kono dindindol nata kafala tata ay dindingol employ minita ta foy futata ko mo lulu ani wolle katara wo marché dalto wo taminalo ma fangola ka wodla clean ka seniyande so nga woje wo sangol kono bar wonim bite mante nga mira birintol nata platform to nga wo fojang bi nyanta tarlale wo kuol look after ta fo nte nyin kusi fa jala binka nyin natalo min tandal la teng mse wo tandal ala yake broda la min si se min be platform moto te wala fango nyin natalo ta ay pass ntela nang yaji because ay alonne meta nyin platform moto ka kusi fal mini na fe nyin platform moto ka kool mini kele nyin platform moto wala yatinna ay ko na fe so nyem message o dukare alsata aliyata la 5 futa keba jalola ese ward nakwol kejan na miyalon kate keba jalola wulita nim vice president or president's office jina kila ko kama ala yake wulta nga wona fe platform to wolbe solfta woto nyindo fanambe wo fanan na fe lale isaje nsela attention o kumandinga tandila ko ntol banko dingol na juti lem pour ninge tolming nge tombom pour nga wo nge ke wo place olto ye wodo ko ken tolye ni ma wo ken tol nga sila dol soto le kotenke mbe wulle kam ikam manyameng bot janne wo be kala dandala ro le folo binala wo dandala ro mbe wole la teng wala tin nan natam bebe ben najang mbe tonya fola ke ba jalloy ntol nga te tombom min kam ma ketan na kansuloti wodlato nga accept sanji jelwa be nyawod lato bod ninke ba jallo ya miracle nin ko do be dawo danto komin bireng anata atenim vice president otata yen tolla alkalol commande from jinak ye samba president vice president's la office puruka wo lanol taka tapale bulol kono wo kusi fal doron aka sawar wolle la aka wuli wolle kamma aya kala do koti ay ta sate mol kanga ya foyko development of la benat futalal waya tara wo development o tolla nafa wala be warata wo kono dan wo sate mol fangotati bara fele nyinti atemi yalon kon kanim president o je be natalla every time ning investor sol nata te keba be tambile nyato ani ayena fe woto keba mbe woni no dilela ko ila do ko lem purka jeko nyinnol minibe esew nyin dulalto sako lobitano bala ila do ko lem puru ye fere ke yo nol bondi wod lato ni ma woke nga wato le dila ni wo wato sita maje ye kukeje ntol banko dingol mini be jang diaspora mbe kodo ka fula nyola len nin do nyol ye diamu ese wod ye pare ye finti ye la sate seniyandi bad ninga woke mbe campaigno start la jele to kaje ko itela kansulo ya wobe jilale from that point so jannin ka futa wo point to nak nga foye nga na social media nga kumo diamuje ay futela ite ni la kansulo mol ya jibe albe mine kela ese word nyinnol mi nga tande nyim video kono aliye fere kela ye bonde word lato mbadingol nyimbu mbele la do koti mbele la do komu nyimmol nge tale nge tombong pour ye do ko ken tolye ni ma wo do ko ke wota alnga wuli kamba nga tonya foye ibon fisiyan tolti de hani nim fise mante ya bejen tolle fisiyate tolti katun tolle late tolla nge tolni ka nga place ol di tolla including na empel mume be afele député carte fayo binala nan the same thing mbe min fokan keba jalo la koto the same thing bena wala fola député el fanan na koto mbadi ngola la baraka bake altol member platform auto Mr. Dinar Lamin Noha dabo mbal be konton na kausu dabo Lamin Job mbal be konton na altol mi yalon kal buka manke nyum platform auto aliya muta kon bele tamu because ninko banko people's power banko dingo mume belem sako banko dingo mi yalon ko ika sino ike mira akatambi fangola anila dimba ya fo banko fangola kuoka dui hakilo kono woka tinna ikata social media no ika dulal scroll ika jibe wala yemol minni long community nyongol niaje social media ye notify ko malik mane be live le yena na woto because yala na ko ni wona ta ka kumol min fo banko la kuolem woto altol fanamu wo banko din kendo leti yaje nte la na dalilo ja wo mal tolleti nka jikile ko al tolle benala jang purunga kafunyola na wo kafunyolo koleya do ben na banko kam ba bondila wala nyama thank you Lamin Tise so nga min fote mbe yin bo mi na nomba dinna nga kol le bi masoto ba ni nga kol ning ala yake nga soto na be diamulale nga jibe abe itol min be sate kono je esew je be dindingol mobilize la nyaadile yaji den woton tol min ni be jan sa jibe be bulo ka fula nyola nyamin nga wota nga ndila nga kata nga wono lato bad nga time di ala folon nga je abe mineke la nyin kuoto folon. Hello, Mr.
Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah. Ini mbar.
Ngoto nte jam fala bake.
Berabeti
mampare nge disto bake. Ye programo enye sambanera programo kono hana bakala short time leti. It's very good to move there along because a problem o manke ko da mana problem dambe bela problem wala me special nyomi.
Bari ajebe
ne aje wuleta mbe dunni mbe yala itebe sirinde mabi itiba kata kanne tonya bari fanam be kudol le faranto jemi aron kon tol fala jam bari enta kalen benta nyun ko fe wala nan nata pour adlesi se finti nang nga nyun ko diamu because ntolu manolu bote nyun dulal so ne ko je mi aron ka be moldi abe na environment o tinya nangam nyanta wula la ngadi yamu nyaton ko min keje neman ku keno jen to songa wulunga quality and then the cost ning inte am willing to do anything ni alon ko about seneyandila because murad na mi na so ni tora because abe pada fonga ko fo mande o bake bare olupitano la ko lendo because o fengol be darin damente na siata molle be sini wala pitano to ala ibita di stop la no ibe mo jara kan abe kurama fanan so to ala jara blato ngamera o man na fa so nyina tinnan nata nan purka nyen bla bondi nyam puriya at least ngadi ya muno demanding ngaji be ke ba min kala noje yannan yaron ke ba mo molete mi alon konta tara ngami understand ala koto ke ba min ke ba ko buka soto da min ke ba date woto bari keba nyanta sila lala ayalon ko mulla ya sindi wodlat yanni mul kana be nin kudu bondra keba fo keba atema lon ko nyimbe kede nyindlat atema fale wo office to fo office ko na katara siri wodlat o man kala do ko ala do ko min de lolu na sign no kana do ko la atema nyana sila office ko na renda sindi la ta dan wol atanna community to ka jibe mun na problem o ko so la tinna na keje wanade be siri wala office kono abe siri wala air condition abe kono kala jibo kono abe do ko na faaleji fadi na do mba sa to dino do wuri ko ke akoma bam kuma ka je man ka tira to diati nimma ya to diati adene nyanda wuri la ay dum no sate ko na ron ko sate mun sate na problemo ngana ne keje wala nyam ko dalilo na ke ba keje Perka po konte wulu da nyomi na wulu nyomi woman ke kumati. Because nin kurando na findita nyomi ate dan na nyomi abe waila le kali mun do kombo inde basse inde be kuran ki kuran so tara nole so janin ko kuran ja ko janin ko kelo ka fitino la folo kanjula barin da ba appeal la ke bayen na ma wuli I won't cook and tell me I wouldn't to do anything debe mori mi bala mobilize kanne mba tra kan na ka WhatsApp group of forward da piya ron ko wobla area to mori ala mule be kerinje don ko be dawo da so taro be dawo da ngasi hana da darasi da so ne wala nyoka ndul fa wuli na ko ke na tre don mon pare kan to ma ko ndul ba si na fa ma ko ba na be wala mtonya I'm very Malik, thank you very much. I'm very proud of you.
You're welcome.
Banku manki do go to the terrace in the how la nyoka one time banku do quote. Banku do ko min dinga laje mi ranka be tinya kan wuli nga dada. Because ndala nyimma sa kunda le wuli temple digala. Wuli ke fa wala dada. Ono ndala mi alon ko demu fuaro le dinga ndala wuli nga fa dada. Ni meda ni ngan fa meda na me o meda kan kam be nyanna nyolale banni nga nyu jibe je ko ha ma so kunna la be kala walla VDC la be kala VDC to wokala wal man taram kullu kuto pariye ni foton be deadline o dilala nak ndo wadi min dilala na ma de dan dol bo je dol ba de dala dol ben na ko kan duma mi alon ko ba jibe la pro la be clean min do kala nole
nanta wala
sila mbe min na nyomin kolu min ese kolu min jidaken kolu ngamira sai is a high time fanga wulinga dunyo kambanga nyoma ko bangana dendangol deda
mamol kake wala nyama de
mi kake wala nyama ndi wala tintolo bulu bar alum tala wota kotam bangana dunale deda bangana dendangol deda very important because nin kura na de jankaro na dawd la to ade mo karila bembele affect la nada mante affect aben bado affect la nun na bado affect mena mo ne kala dasi la bado ko lije wonyama menen na fulo tala nga jara
wala mtonyaade
ndum mom pare no fota wotembe dato so min dal la momo yalla ko timu nyomi dingol ti demu jina ko dingol ti mu esaw dingol ti ari na finti banga nyomo banga WhatsApp groupe de da bang na dan wala fanko ha no de da bang ni ñu mental ma ko no ndol min tul bi jedo ado da ñaan tul fanan ka do mandin sto hanin ka dalas la ñaaw lo la ñoo kan kar wo kare yani wa kar lu kar woro inde fendo de dala no le jo walen te tri plantation ke non na badalito nte ko lu sanno le ne ken na badalito isa jelo ba kan na dendo non fanan domo ata domo no kote ko ko fo ndo ko min fo le fi law la to nata da sanji min fo sanji lulu ma le ki ta fo bola no jeneta taman tamo la ko jolo ya do
ha barite ya jale the last time jinaki baba do mo kanya min fo ya jale bidin tol bedin de yaring mero la farol be daminto sayung baye wotal ngo ya remember le madiana kambe non daminto
ha
Hey, wo Madiana Campo, buy a wo from Otales completely.
Among so to
Hani, ala bun labangol mini be komala. Sate kamma.
Nimma nyato kuntu ndo fola wo fangol.
Ha, because balankan do kilin doron ne tutaje na tambita wala doron. Farol bol dabe bola jele. Farol wolte soto no la je kotangi.
Ninna farolo fonga tata je sila na mbalu ninda sister soli ibe do ko kala no nyaadi ibe balundi na no nyaadi ndu wo mo ikan tulu balundi ngen tulu mamoli en tulu balundi wo blalet malika le to nyafo ite dindim bato kamo suwo kono kata badato janni ka fta badato fe ka tarale pari biti lo kamo suwo kono do fta jeko
exactly.
Because na bankole bandawo be tinyan kandi. Num man sakuna tentulu ma ko ila makil malik. Alanga to nya fo nyoy alanga wuli. Temin kol alanga wuli ngana dandawol deda. Na dandawol da very important. Because nim me deda dingol nim mama dingol te center na ji.
Honey.
So me mera sign them high time ti nga try nga kudo ke ni alon concern na dandangol de dandi senkano butano
Butano.
ha yo ngula na nada drone danko drone min bentom fana nga wo foye mba try kanne de min boyo ba kanne Usman Sonko mba try kanne mbe moni mobilize anne ka dim funding kel ni bije ni alon ke ma kalamuta ni kalamuta ndi follow because ite wulne ye kuke
Betiata wala nyama.
ibuka ko nyama ika molle kafundi nyola fo yalon ko say nga mol kafundi le say pareta den tina start non do kumbe na plano dan nanya de pour ko la klandi ka den dawol fanam mutano ana jabala be fen ko den wala la nyoka nka yiwo lusan kiro mi yalon ko ibe nemo sambala nan kan nemo mi yalon ko to fo binam munam fa wala ana bakala do mo fe wolle ni de ke na wodan dawol
Kongol lamin. Ni I remember Brin tobe dindi yari jina tenda koko be siari nyaming yaji but saying wo koko fango be liye mankanne ni banjul jibe the last 15 years before tebe bola Gambia ye banjul je jina ki kulungol ka teda minto banjul yaji because boyo mimbe marari wo koko la nga remember le wotu mom fama be do ko la Atlantic Hotel atemu tourist guide ol tuninji yaji ka wo contrago le ka kokol bondi na malon Africa mintole den banjul ume be ya beke kokol le yaji together with the council yaji idamal little wulitale nin kan lo kafuta nyola nin NGO dol but bi ni tata banjul wod lato ye kokol jibe nying last 15 years o wolye do ko min ke wod lato ibalon nyanta jina kila la bikon tolle nata ngataram mamol ye wo tenda mu me be green ni yani im fonyo fe findita se lo ika koko tara juru marine fo bada fo bakon because je afata akana lay tambi koko lay na fo nyanta bungol bal bar bi wo koko ike je santol nin kilembe jang do be jan sati terlaje this station wolye fonyole fango wo kokol minne kay beje ika dol bulale ke bal ka dol bulale meng yaja ye ja isaje falin yena ye replace pour nin kilim boy isa tere la jonkongol fankon yaja ye wo ko ye wo seedlingol kije but this generation will anin tol be ngam fo nyinata wolale so kokol be talaka ne sai yaji tol min fanam bi jang komi ya fo nyami natara nga commencing ka demander la nyokan yaji nga wo mo kilin pik hana be kela banjul leti fa nga seedlingol sang ye samba yeta ya start ka kokol plan isaje next 15-20 years time jina kisi anyama ko tenke because Kenya
anyama ko thank you very much brother mbodo ngebula because program wala model finance Africa na ka calling ke osi falo because platform be na famu the platform na famu nyinnati wato dolu malikin sabulada media but wato dolu ni na isu dolu ta funga benda mal alga wuli na malik sementuya atala idea mo one man idea lati banin do na ta idea fu do fana idea ba bajara malik fanam be mo idea stolale ibajala ko be kanda wo sinano le ko su nyato ta sinano banin ga malik da ma fanam bu platform da ma be diamula ikajelo ko atekala may mirolo banin do fana yala mirolo fe kaje mari fanan kam miral jamal suto hakilo ka fana yi wato wolo kon kacha fa se diano abul wala nyam barim bal tendula jibiralu kuma fana man dia bare nam bulana min kasida alsil hakilo hako boy min ngamela nyimu abem banku do ko malika baraka thank you very much
banku do ko le baraka bake la min
thank you
man anytime mbela do ko mo yafo nyamin daro mbadi ngola la baraka bake you know and then your beji janne deal get your cooking pot batu and please go and close the main highway. Hey, Mr. Dina. Anyway, egangun fofu. We will get there if he doesn't listen to what we are saying. That's the essence of the program today, to send a warning to him. We saw our moms did that in Bakau. When Ch/Dawda, may Allah be pleased with him, was living in Fajara, that time he put that troublesome Yaya Jammeh, then he was the chief of the tourist guide, living opposite the depot in Bakau. And one day he woke up and sent his team to arrest all the Bakau youths on the beach side. But you know what our mom did is what Mr. Dina is suggesting here. They took all their buckets and kulungos and went and blocked the road at how to call it, at Cape Road. Because every evening within 4:30 to 5, that's where Ch/Dawda passed to go to his house in Fajara. So our moms went and blocked the whole way with their water buckets, and they sat legs straight in the middle of the road. So when Ch/Dawda arrived with this motorcade, they stopped. And our mom stayed where they were. And they asked the first officer that came to them, he said, go back to him and tell him to come out of that car and come and speak to us. We don't want to speak to you. And that's exactly what the late Ch/Dawda did. They opened the door for him. He walked all the way to where the old women were sitting in the middle of the road. And he asked them what was the problem. That's when they turned around to him and said, look, this Yaya Jammeh you put in charge of this tourist guide, he took all of our sons and locked them in cell. And they turned around and said to him, he said, look, your government hasn't bought anything for Bakau. What we have here is our hotels. This is where our sons bring the daily bread from. Some of them had the chance to go to Europe from this seaside. And now if you brought this Yaya Jammeh and he wants to stop this, then we have a problem with you, not with Yaya Jammeh, but you as a president. Believe me, my brothers, the next week, Yaya Jammeh was removed from there. I think that's after that, it's when he became the bodyguard to I don't know, Lady Kilel or Lady Njeme. But that was the reason why Yaya Jammeh was removed from Prewote to be a presidential guide. So this is why I call this platform the people's power. Hadamadingol sembole be mbulu. Always, Sako Africa, ning 5 foot of water falong because Africa kufula le beje yajal. Ning sojaro le mambondi kampo to ikidol ta yata mansa kunda falling yaji. Karte fango kortale sain kamansa kunda falling. So walatina kunumbe mbe brother farms la programo ta inyin kan fonga democracy sotol Gambia lebang. Nga ko na democracy atole beje. But in tolming ye democracy long. Mbasate kono, sanji mwa mbasate kono. Mbe wo democracy enjoy kan. Ntolnga wo democracy mi long. Wote Gambia saying. Hani. Inda famata tarla Gambia. But mbadingol. Bao soma nkonkata independent wale celebrate. Munem independent wate. Nyine bekela na kachati bi. Hindong kacha kono mbe fende tandila la miya lonko. Altol fanan na miraro adoba to biya be falin nale. Because bibi aning kunung. Nilok mo mumebe ningan na Google email ol jibe. Google kaming kinya nang about Gambia news. Biring dunia dawoda natere ka Gambia news la safe. China lembang, America lembang, Arabia lembang, natara Gambia ye wole safe isalon Google be woka kafun na la ya walking dena fente fonka Gambia Google nyaming bari nkaminja Gambia kante silale sometimes wati dol fang akamiro warandile you know alay hakilo din tolla sondo modin tolla wala kamma nibe laring yelam pulfa janibe sinola yenya biti ntol be nga ostol ntol hadama dingol be wosotol mbukan hakilo le tuje banela yela lampofa jannen sino be dunne ikngo kono mira rolle kana folon banne nya biti ye lay kokan ye nya tilin santo ye nya biti ye mira ntol hadama dingol nata nyen dunia kono nyaming sako nata re mari keta moti miya lonko ika hadiso karanne wala hani Christianol fango because nika alqurano kara yajibe akoy taurat wala linjil wala nyimbukol ti mini ya lonko ye wala ta ye falin Christianol ye falin fobi wo bukol fango be nunkan par wo bukol le nata ning annabiyo molla bifon tol tabina lanan wo bukol le nata ning wala tin nan tol fango la alqurano asa fonye ko nali linjil kono jibe aliye taurat kono jibe itolka wala foko the gospel anin tura. These are the same very books. Itolka commanding in todo la and tol Muslim olka commanding in todo la. Walatina alako nte lano la nte danola Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam doronto. Bari minni nata jannate be futala wolfanan ay kilar ya cool min dum wol bulokono en wala keta wo bukolti. Wala keta taurati wala keta linjilti. Fanga wo bukol fanan karanga la wol fanan because wala nata jandin Qur'ano benala. Bari ninko nga woke al nga muru ngan tolfo africanon tol mo fingol fango ngam fango jibe mbem fang jibe la nyaadile wala ntollem jamaati endong nying independent o mineyati na important pour nga discourse bi ntel after tol Gambia nol nga muru koma let us go back and see who we are wherever we are in the world. Whatever we have in our lives, let us reflect who we are. Each and every one of us, Natare Mugambian olti, you will remember your father and mother. Some of us are lucky to know who our mother's mother is or our father's mother is. Nima loki wola ni tata ibe mole terla wo sate to miya lonka aye mama wato kalamutale wala idindi ya wato mole binala ya fo ko ngemu mu wato kalamutale but ninga jibe bi fengol min ka domo na bungol kono every day nin sita bolo tombe domorol nga jibe minebe wokonon ka minyina nyika ka domo fefen kala domo aka falim banko le kono feo fen ka domo abe bola banko le bala na mambo banko bala abe danyine la fenne la mi yalon ko bota banko le bala wolem animal ulti min yalon ko be nyamole be balula ni nyamole nsinawo animal ulti han edom nge landing nge ni wo manol nge ni wo vegetable ol wol ngani feo fen jahas wo be mfeneti mi yalonko barintol hana badin jelle wuluta fintita nyen dunia kono ngam fallong indum mambanko tarajan ntol hana badin jelle wuluta nata nyen dunia kono man sanjo tarajan. So ninko, let us go back ngam fanyi ninkam bota damento. This is where it is going to lead us. ko ntol wulu tale ngatara mamol be banko sinkan samay boyakan ye fengol ta ya ye kesol dundeje ye tilol foye ay falling ya topoto ay wuli fo fengo e finta bala mi yalon ko fengo be wala tala ngammu na fangala na balwo be tarra sejiri wo fengo la bal so saying nin tol ngatara mamol baluta wala nyam den bin tol ngajen tol be min be do mola nin na tangan na bolol yele be fengol min be tarlaje imam bon tol la banko kan i botanam bantala banko le to kanan tol kan. So this is where we will see where we have gone wrong. So ninga woje mina ntol filitale. So nin nata ngam fanyi ngam filta nyadile. Wala bena murundi la back. Fonga na si na mbenyim platform momento. Ngam komandi ko. Are we really independent? Fontol ngam fansoto le bang. Nka fansoto min soma mbita mbita la fintila. O jamal ben kono bita fintila. Iko kata celebrate le. Fongam fansoto wonya male natara. Kacha kono bi nga nyika nyamin. Mamol natale ye fandanyin. Ikata kunkol leto. Ikata bal le kono. Ye fengol bondi ya sambanang. Mbanyol ya tabi ya londin koto nga domo. Mfangol la fengol. Barbi ni ajiben tolla do bal fangoto saying tubabol le binala ya fontol ye mojel le be wol kono mini yalonko konko le bela wo tubabol saying be depend la wolle bala wolle binala ya fonye ko malnutrition o le benna banko kan bare ate kelan tol fangola doctor olde bi tubab jelle benna Gambia institutional kono NGO ikasilol mini foko kafole be Gambia mini yalon ko mantara imanna nin to laman sakunda la bar kafole mini yalon ko tubabo le yeta ye wulindi ila bankol kay nata sinto la bankol kan ko kan to le makoy na mol ika walla makoy puru ila hadamadi yal ye timmano ko to mbadingol nyantam fanji bela la ko den kente ngamiran tol bebem fanne ne kanne natara mbuka sinon ka nyinkuol kacha ka foko bi ntol la balunya manya na tarra sekerin tubabol blokon bantalankol blokon walam tol la filoti indu nemmi ma wofo woto sila kala ka tonya fo wala ila londo le mam futaje barin tol mam fansoto hani fansoto mankata la folom fan ngam fansoto le nunde ha mamanyol hanim fanyol fango watol ye fansotole barbi wo fansoto kanatala endu luolu ngaka kanale aka kanala kata mamman sakundal min fango mbe jikirila banko niajibe nia tala nani si nya sabo mumebe ni wobe konti bajala wolmu mollete min yalon koy latala ko man sakunda leka banko samba barbi ninga nyim programme o batum bajala lako wo man sakunda fango amantara fambulu abe molle bulu mini ba samba kan ninga wo fali fana aliya jibe ko abe mol min bulu wala ntol fango la mol tinga mini tombo mini be marari wo man sakundal min kata president on ala government but wo president of on ala wo ministerial wo government mu mebe wo fanambe nying tuba bolle blokon la fita la dawodanto ibe wo man sakunda betar la woleto nyine yati nankon na independent wo man taram blokon madingol ngeen balal ma suñ waxtaan bi dina gudda tey ngeen balal ma jeexal li su ko defee dina leen invite ngeen dugg accent contribution bi ni accent contribution bi because if you can see this, can you see what's on the screen here? I will read it to you, but I want you to see it. You know, this man here is a white man. Can you see his picture? Can you see this badge here is the British symbol. This is where this is what every policeman, the Queen, every badge on every serviceman is carrying this badge. And this is Lord Macaulay. So this was how to call it, a newspaper. It is cut from a newspaper that was published. On the 2nd of February, 1835. And it says, Lord Macaulay addressed to the British Parliament on the 2nd of February, 1835. So mbadi ngola lal tulolo nyinto de. Santo Jaco, this is who we are before we were corrupt by the whites. Yes, the whites corrupt us. But moja lebeke remember lala. Nyinkai to imen safejang. Natare tol fongonya maji. Abe safari nyaming. Ntenga wati jamale ke British Library kono. Nte manna school bangambia. Most school dropped out already. Yeah. But reading ngawo kanu bakel. Walatin Brin nata UK. Ila library ketante ila ko. Jela munna college to Walanda University. Because buko sifa belebe library kon. Indonesia tata sib akaranka nima ming understand. Isita no computer sole. Ya ya jibe ni otije mobe tala wo library kono le mensiona ani yesi yale kacha puru la londo ye fanu wod lato elafta men lon. So ni nyinjibe ako Lord Macaulay I report him in the British Parliament on this day. Yes, mbadi ngola aling of 1 minute dorong nga nyindindi nga topato. Ya long dimbaya okay. Amandia. Okay, lift it. So why did you come so late, Buhari? You strike until, and then you come to Daddy and say, can you put oil on me?
Daddy,
okay. Yeah.
There's that paper gun up there.
Where's what?
The paper.
I moved it into the cupboard.
The cupboard. Which cupboard?
That's where it belongs. It doesn't belong up there. It is to remind me of something. And that is past now. That's past, so we don't need it up there. That's why I took it down. You are very observant, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know everything in here. Okay.
Daddy.
Yeah.
I'm so sad.
Why are you sad? Why? You know, why are you sad?
I'm sad that people don't give me food.
Buhari,
Yeah.
before I come up here, we all sat at the dinner table and finished all our bowl. Everybody ate. all the rice and the meatballs on it. So why are you saying nobody give you food?
Cause I am sad.
Well, people are meant to be happy and people are meant to be sad as well. So when you're sad, you know happiness will come. But when you're happy also, you know at some point sadness will come. That's what we human beings are here to go through. Okay. I think that is sorted now. Okay?
But then if I want to come on feet,
Yeah, but you had some socks on. So.
from the socks.
All
No,
right.
I need oil on my feet.
Can I do my program now?
Okay, you have to put oil on my feet.
Harry, you need to go now because I need to continue my program. It's not fair when you do this. Can you go, please? Thank you. Yo, adding I'll haircut. Yo. Yes, Lord Macaulay, on the 2nd of February, 1835, addressed the British Parliament. What he said on this day was this: I have traveled across the length and the breadth of Africa, and I have not seen one person who is a beggar, who is a thief. Such wealth I have seen in this country, such high moral value, people of such caliber. What I do not think we would ever conquer this country unless we break the very backbone of this nation. Which is her spiritual and cultural heritage. And therefore, I suppose that we replace her old and ancient education system, her culture. For if the African thinks that all that is foreign and English is good and greater than their own, they will lose their self-esteem, their native culture, and they will become what we want them, a truly dominated nation. How many of you think that what Lord Macaulay wrote here I think they have succeeded because we are a truly dominated nation. Today, there has been an article circulating on social media about something that happened at the central bank. Somebody turned to the bank with some very old note note, Gambian notes, up to $11 million to swap it for new notes. Why would any ordinary man walk into a bank with $11 million and a central bank staff is involved in it? So my brothers and sisters, mokal na alnene, nying independent no mimbe wuli la soma mbitala, albe mol jelap stadium moto, mbe majla, nga mol invite, dukare, jannal bitala ali mira bake. Mbota min karanna aliyeteng. Hana manke to nyati, hani molo te ka manke to nyati, bari nsemfanji baby. Ntolnin tubabol temo benyame wotol albaje la konka min karanteng. To nyalem. Tubabol ye nyine fo. Ntol mo fingol la kodo. Because Lord Mark only a mim for jang exactly. Bring the bedinde yare mbita primary school. Nganyin ne jabe kumasi kan Gambia. Bring angale tubabol nata. Yajibe Gambia la Greater Banjul area. Sate jamale bije mi yalon ko yela culture muta bakele. Bari I mande la culture Toronto. I kambentale. Yaji. Mintam bita bakau sate la. Isalon jele toko angale yela research kele before iba choose la kana stay kana bakau. Indoniaje nte kasi platform oto nimmol ka kasha. Nte believe talako. Ala ikuwa le tandinte la birimu wo dindi ya wato. Niaje binka sino platform oto nkefo. Manyina noela. Woto ala insede yandi lale. Nya lote kang aken kungo kona benna brain kono. Since that time, for sign. So wala yatinna. Na momumbe aisa ture fola. Ikoy aisa ture lo na ye Malik Mane nyeninka. Minati nanga aisa ture long. Because of what Lord Macaulay says here. Ko. Birate nata Africa. Endungatela na Africa. Queen. Mansa muso mimbeja wale yaki. Bo sanji keme jama ko mantole wote. Birin tubabu foro angale tubabu ya singolon tol na Bangkokan. Barbira secha na ngala kumpa boro beke na Bangkokan. A secha nan tubabu duja nate la palimentoto. I mean for a walem nyintiko. Bira singolota wo Bangkokan. Aya tamo fala tamo dantadaminto. Amang kunkotoje wo Bangkokan. Amang buntanje wo lato. Momi yalon ko ladula tabulu. Amang woje wo Bangkokan. So birinta be dinde yare. Nte ngajelen to las wokono. Mfama. Bunga bijele specially kamin kumandi. Bunkono bijele kamin kumandi luntam bungal. Luntango nata anytime. Hani suto. Wo bunga be dila wo luntango lela. So nyene atina Lord Macaulay ko. Amang moje mbedoka mimbelari mbedoka. Because dola culture kono wotumo. Nga nyo look after it to an extent that. Fuaro bukala fuare yalo. Wala batinela. Nibe santo satelto. Momi yalon kala njuruta. Ning sama sate mol be sama doke. Yela harvesting ke. Momo ye boto killing. Boto talante nyika yeta yadi wala njurutol. At the end, ni tata wala njurutoto. Yala buntungo kono jibe batar la farine like the other family mini sama doku. It's a different jele itema. But minem, ntola hada mayaya wale dina wo wato purunga nyo look after fuaro kana juto afan. Wala tina mbebe kafun diro nyikala ngadi wala. Bi tubabol ye nying social min soto itola nyim Bangkokan. Ye nyim benefit system o min soto jang. Itol natale ye water and tolbul. Because Lord Macaulay ka wol belefo. Ko ni tolko itol lafta itol ye balun tolla komin bibe balukan tolla nyaming woto be ki ba katalale yen tol landiko itol tubabol la kuo wolle betiatan tol tati ako fongan na adol lande na tarakuol nga wolbe lande nga soy tolla woto le tol senan tol marano bar ni tol fanam ma woke itol fanam be batalal endo nyen dalilo le yatinna ntol ma mol ma wuli kana tubabol folo jibe katu nena man sole tolla ntol ala en kedulal to dami yalon kon natala nga domoro taraje ainso hakilola puruka wo bankota kan nafakala kom hada madin folol yake nyamin ntol ngake wala nyama fotubabol nata yesi ngolon tolla afrika kan inata ya tarento law molbe wala babi nyin kay to ning ala yake tol nata jang endum gambia no be man nyin kay to soto bari ala yake ntol ngake odono nte kile ngole ngaje during in the mid 70s nying angale tubabol nata kombo yesatel be jibe ntol ngaje opposite na schoolo bakaw primary school inata ye babara officer kije ila nying kabinol ming yalanko ifangole kana ya fix ay lo yela sirangol kije yela tabulol kije nka tubab koyol jije because what time on tolni tubabol sutiyata bakel hotel ol min ben na wod lato but what time on tolka Swedish ol min ni soto ninga angale fanan jenki tariyale sutela wala nyama ko nyemmanke Swedish soto nyemmo angale tubabol opposite na school te meta je ye ngamire kari woro ke woto nin jita nse tambile be sirinje nke kungol je be sirila o official kon ibota woto inata saung gara oto bala ariat ko mo farabo kasida minto wo farabo ni wonu mo bala inata yela wo official babara official bonde wo opposite school oto inata yake ariat bala wod lad wo mbe wole kono wo sangole nying FGM kumol starta ka finti because before nene mamoy what is FGM female genital mutilation ntol nga female circumcision la long what time na culture nga wala moy musol la nyaka to ka but wotole nga campaign follow min keta Gambia banko kan a starta wo watole bar jandi nga be fola folong nga jele na musol mandinka musol mi ya ko wala karanta ay anata tubabu du janga karanta wala ay tubabu la karangoke ay londo soto ja faram mansata wala ay sato turati wotuma be young ding ye ay sato ye ay ture ya approach wo watole then the second person was Ami Bojang mo bakaw dingolti afanan karanta Bira Jita Radio Gambia ya tai do ko start Radio Gambia aketa the voice of the village or the voice of the nation de mobe Ami Bojang long so what ole yaje ko Abi Bojang botas culture min kono it is a very authentic culture which is Bakau. The people are very united. Even politically, mobe wolom bakang kultole. But amandam political tole, wolle the authentic culture, wolle la culture ta ya maintain. For janning, late 80s or kana 90s or abe start la katinya. Wobato lenga start kana culture ta ka dump, ka turn onto the Western culture. Be wo Western culture wala be continue kan aben tol dominate la aben tol tinyala aben mudundila koma very seriously because the more we believe that the Western way is better for us. Ika woje nyadi le be ni tonta in our country. You look at what our youths are dwelling on. Wotole balon na ko Lord Macaulay men for tonyalem is already happening and it's been happening. Biri tolie singolo ntolla banko ntolla Africa mufin du wato minna itol nata worisinolela and handisa ibe wo kukilengo ibe wolle tambande kan ntol nga fili dorong nga tare tol noma wala tin na bi ninta nga news jibe nga nata social media nga na government call jibe nga je fangoy be lori be diamu kan akan jusok how to call it kuliyandele minem nga bilong nka wole jabe ke kan nka akalanna ko tonya tubabol ye kudun tollale bawo ntol fango la mo findu sa wala fango be lori be tubabu kanga fola teng ibe silol min be fola ntol sambanya mu me be iba fokan nin tubabu kanga lela tubabu la silo ibe sambakan nim wala ninna economic sol nata wol fana yi diamu ye tulolo ibe min fe fokan ibalo nako wala karango mu me be indum banko dingo min be la ta wala ibe tulolo kala ibe min foke believe ta ko wala bentol sambal. Well, obviously, hani tubabol min fangon tolbe kono jan tubab duja UK jan. Ntengalo ne ko the British Prime Minister. Banko fango mantara wo blokon. Yaja. Banko mantara British Prime Minister blokon. But natara wo banko, wo Prime Minister wala fanambe maradento la banko la. Wadon tol man kana still.
Daddy, since they could squeak that way.
Okay, can you go and lie down on the bed now?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So that way he won't scream on you.
Okay.
You'll have your peace now. Bading also man betala Independence Stadium auto lebe moljele be parela. Ibeta iko kana independent wala celebrate. But independent tijede nimmi ma wofali abenene la. Birin tolngan wo independence to wato menanim bi tema. Hani wo tuba bol fango. Biri wol nate maratan tolla. Yeminke wo banko kan. Wala fisiatan tol fango la mol nata. Biri wo wato mine kwe bankota wo tuba bol blokon. Anim bi tema. Wo tuba bol min fango nata nte kan yimin be foteng. Wol fango e millong hadambadi yato aning. Ye hakilo min soto. Balafa min soto hadambadi yato. Ntol fango la molma wosor. Nimmi yamira min foka mistake lem dukare number be displayed in you can call in and correct me. But Janni wobe silante I'm going to speak my mind. Nyintu babul min beben na banko kan. Biring wato min nantolngam fallonga NGO jen na Gambia banko kan. Hani soma iben na banko kan. But ye mine ken tole biri itol na waton tolla banko kan nim bitema. Ye mine ken tole Gambia banko kan min satinna. Bin tol nga tara lorin wala soma nga wulin kong kata wale celebrate ko ntol labo wotu babol bul. When obviously me wotu babol bulo kono le still yet. Thank you, Uncle Adam. It is very sad. We shouldn't be even celebrating this. You know, it is a waste of national resources, you know, let us get on with the job. Our daily life. The resources the government is going to spend in this celebration. Let them go and put it in the hospital. Today I've just been reading something, an interview where the man is apologizing. You know, a journalist is interviewing him. He said, I am sorry to everybody. I have voted for Barrow, but I'm sorry if I have encouraged anybody to vote for Barrow. It's on Facebook. Go and check it. He's apologizing to everybody for all those he have encouraged to vote for Barrow, because he said he just come from the hospital or the clinic to donate blood, but there was no blood bags. So this journalist was there, and then he came on straight away. Ngen balal ma hasude. Yen mima encourage pour ngen votal baro. I know it was a mistake because Limagis hospital be waruta am. Bepare mu continue di one. Solen febare bulen dem lopitan because it's a dead squad. Dengena dem put send day. Deret amutfa. Where are we? What are we going to celebrate tomorrow? It is very sad. You know, I can only see 5 people viewing me at the moment. Even sharing, sir, Amut. But them lensi benen platform. Ko hamne is not talking about what I'm saying today because at the end of this wall, you me what they will take you as a fool. When obviously, man mafogne, we are that fools today. Because every white man in the country, doesn't matter what we believe they are. At the end of the day, they are looking at us as fools. Because why? We believe in them. They came to us and said, stop your culture. Stop everything that you are doing. Go to school and learn our languages. It's better for you. Today, some of our brothers are bigging up with that language, that education. What has it brought to us? Do we own factories? Intellectuals like and that intellect doesn't brought us anything. No country is developed with that sort of thing. Later, since independent, we haven't developed. Everything we've got in the Gambia is given to us, is lent to us, is borrowed to us. We own nothing. I don't care whatever people think. This is the truth. And ko hamne, fogane, I'm telling bullshit. Challenge me right on this platform. Tell me otherwise. Because me, I'm full of knowledge about what I am talking about. And I'm confident to challenge anybody. Even our Pan-Africans. Pan-Africanism has been Africa for since when? Help me, brothers. You all know since our Pan-Africanism has started, all they do is the same thing we have today. This one came and speak proper English like 𝗵𝗱𝗍𝗲𝗍. Another one comes with another bigger English words. Pan-Africanism, Pan-Africanism. When they should have told us, let us dump this culture and go back to the farms. This is where we can live. This is when we can live peacefully. If we feed ourselves and our minds are not hung onto all these modern things, then we have peace. But the more we are running after today's life, we will be running after it until we die. But we will never be satisfied because the more we run after them, the more new things will be coming out. So when do we start running after them? If you believe in nice houses, furnitures in the house, when do they change? You keep changing them because anytime the new one comes, you will be buying them. We dump our African traditional medications. Today, we are waiting for blood bags. We're waiting for malaria pills, malaria injections. How was our grandfather, our ancestors, how was they dealing with malaria? How did the people live? Those people who died 300-400 years ago, how did they live their lives? How did they live longer than us? When their time, they don't have all these modern scientific medications. Yeah, thank you very much, my brother. We need to come out of the neo-colonizations. It's a waste of time. They're not our friends. They're only there to help themselves. IMF. They still run our central bank. Tell our economics to tell you about IMF. What are they doing with the Gambia government? And you will see, by the time they finish their explanation to you, you will see the point that they are only there to put more and more pressure on us. Because now they are telling us, sometimes our government will even ask them for loan. They will say that we cannot have loan at that time. Which means they are deciding what time. But at the beginning, they don't do that at the beginning. Because we don't come to them and ask for loans. So going back to Lord Macaulay. When these British people came and recruit Dr. Toure and Ami Bojang of Bakau, then she was working for Radio Gambia. I wholeheartedly believe that these English people that were in that office, they called these two people, they contacted them and sit with them and talk about our women. Why? Because they studied us first. Some of them were even tourists. They come as a tourist and they get into our homes. They befriend us, get into our homes to see how we were living, taking photographs, videos, and write them. This is the time they show how we were living. And they know that for them to live properly, they have to be able to sell things to us. And they cannot sell their things to us if we don't change and love their things. Every one of us today, if we listen to our brothers and sisters, the journalists, then when they go on to these villages like Tanje or Brufut, interviewing our mothers, listen to what they are telling them. What is changing from their time to this time? That will show you that we are falling more and more into this trap that is laid for us. So the best thing is, let us go back to culture. Let us start changing. This is what I am trying to do with my foundation. Eat what you grow. Let us go back to our own food. Let us teach. We the ones in the British, in Britain, sometimes you go to the supermarket, you see everything British. British beef, British potatoes, British this, British that. Lately, I went to medicine. They had a big billboard outside before you even enter the supermarket, telling their people this fresh British product that is in the supermarket, so that before they get into the supermarket, they already made their mind that there is this British beef in the shelves. So why can't we do that in the Gambia? Why can't we go on all over the street and tell our people money so they may mercy? Outside things, they will get own things. This is what I am doing, and very soon, my brothers, you will all see it happening. I'm ready to put all my money into it. As long as Mandina Day, Mahamne, I have done something about this, and hopefully, those boys that I have in Gambia, maybe one or two of them will continue this. So I am a happy man, even if I die tomorrow. But some of us, somebody have to start this. Let us go back to our roots. This is where we are safer. We will never be safe unless we go back to our own. Let us grow what we eat. Let us support our farmers. This is what our forefathers were doing. This is what our ancestors were doing. When Lord Macaulay traveled from England to there, this is what he found out. This is what he found them doing. And exactly this is what he reported when he came back to UK. Exactly. And today, Allah blessed me to have it with me. And I thank Allah for that. I do, I really do. So I am doing this because tomorrow we are going to celebrate our independence. And hopefully what I'm doing today will be in the minds of some people before they go to the independence tomorrow. And they will see that all those faces they will be seeing under the podium, they will know. I suppose that we replace her old and ancient education system, replace her culture, for if the African think that all that the foreign and British is good and greater than their own, they will lose their self-esteem. That's what happened to us. Because everything we are doing today is English and Western. You go into the country, you don't even feel like you've come back to Africa. Why? Because what you live here is what you are going to find there. I have a foundation today. That foundation, I get shot every day. Because what Lord Macaulay reported here is exactly what is happening all over the Gambia today. The villages that used to produce their own rice, feed their families all year around, are the very ones that are coming to report under my foundation today to tell me that they are now using imported rice because their rice fields are all dry. They even videoed the last project, which was done by the Chinese. The machines is all destroyed. The pipes are all loosened, dusting on the riverside. The whole rice fields is dry. But since the independence until now, we have a Minister of Agriculture whose responsibility was to see that Gambia survives on agriculture. So how did they get it wrong from that time until today that even our vegetables are imported into the Gambia? Our rice that we used to feed ourselves is now abundant for American and Chinese rice. And we said we are going to celebrate independence tomorrow. What are we independent from? By eating American rice, American chicken. Our shops are full of Western products. Is that what we are celebrating as our independence? No, that's not an independent. The time we go to our corner shops, we found Gambian products in those. Our people go and buy those Gambian products and eat them daily. That's when we have independence. The time our hospitals don't depend on the Western countries to function is when we have our independence. The time our schools and universities don't depend on the Western governments to educate our people, our future leaders, then we don't have our independence. So I am denouncing it. Call me whatever you want to call me, but I don't believe we have this independence. Thank you, bro Adam, for still being there. Because I have now dropped to 4 viewers. You know why? Because what I'm saying, thank God it's come to 5 now. It's the truth, my brothers. There is no cause for celebrating tomorrow. If I have it to you, if the Gambians will listen to me, I will tell them nobody goes out to the stadium to celebrate. What are you going to celebrate? Nothing. It's nothing changed. Me and this brother Adam Jammeh, our times we have seen the marks of the British. At least even though they come to change our minds, to depend on them, but they still brought us some things that benefit us, that we today recognize as better than what our people has given us. Because we still, our main hospital, the Gambia's main hospital in the capital, where everybody goes if they are ill, was built by the British. Since independence until now, the Gambia have not built a hospital better than the Royal Victoria Hospital, which they changed now and call it Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital. But this hospital was built in the colonial days. Our state house, where every president and their families go to stay until today, was built in the colonial days. My brothers, we can name and name and name and name what the colonial masters has left in the Gambia. The reason I'm saying this is to prove that they have done better than our own people. It is the later generation that sees nothing apart from infrastructure. That's all they know. Because when they want to justify, that's what they will show us. The roads, the hospitals. But what hospitals are in the Gambia today that we can be proud of? That we can say for the past 55 years or 57 years, this is what our people have done for us. It's not there. And it's a very big shame on all of them. All of them. I am going to tell my brothers to ignore even our greatest Pan-African. They have done their time. Let us scratch them from history. Let us make our own history from now on. It's to say, hey, it took us 57 years to realize that we have gone wrong. It is not us, it is our fathers. They are the ones that believe what the white men told them. Take your sons from the farms and send them to school. That's where their life is going to get better. That's where their future is. But on the farms, we rely on ourselves. We use our strength. You don't go to the bank. There were no banks that in those days. You don't go to the bank and get money to start a business. No, you go to the farm. You plow it. When the harvest comes, you sell and have your money. Then you go and start investing into something else. So that was the bank. The farms was our banks then. So why can't we go back to that bank again? This is guarantee where nobody is going to charge you. You just need your strength. Put it there, harvest it, sell it. You take your money and start investing. If you want to start a shop, start a shop. This is why when we saw the Fullers in our days in the 70s, they have these 𝗵𝗶𝗲𝗍𝗲. They came, they farm in their countries, they harvest. That little money, they travel to the Gambia. They go to Banjul. 1 box of match, one gross of cigarette, Camellia or Golwas, black mint. Put them three boxes in the 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗍𝗶, and they start walking on the streets, selling to people. Give them 1 year, 2 years, you will see them with a corrugated corner shop. That corrugated corner shop will become a proper shop. But today, we go and hang on the banks. The more you take from them, the more they extract from you. Nobody owns anything anymore. It is the banks that owns everything. Who owns the bank? The Western world. So ntol beta mina independent celebrate la kotenke. Tukare mbadi ngol al ngam fanda handi. Al ngam na time molta nga muri de bag. Na resources all. From now on alinin tuba bolye compromise. Nga na capital also to ibulu nga muru al ngam na kodol tange invest back na bankol kang. Wala tinna ntenga nyum foundation o kijang. Na lafta murula ali alla kodol invest dukare sambinda ofisobe parela. I will be on this platform telling you all again. Alnganda independent ta back to babol bulu. Nga independent minta woman ke independent tide hani sambe to babol bulu konol. Walatinna iba fola na mansa kundal be tamala nyaadile na demokrasi be kala nyaadile hani. Ntol mumol nga demokrasi tarawol bulle min betiata nyin demokrasi fangoti. So alnga muruwo demokrasi ilkan. Alnga muruwo demokrasi ilkan. Me minna fannene lem. Afela nyinti tubabol be bola maskolto. Iba talakan bantola Afrika iba lafakan. Yem momonje isaji ya sitin inungolda. Nimmi yewo jibe balo na jelo to control be tubabol block no le hanisai. Indu dawdan diate e ben sambala wallet. Nin tubabol nin fefe wulita alon ko wotoro be futalantol kande. Dol manke toro eventually toro la bari tolka wuli min kambe tol yalon. Puri la nafabe continue la ka wosoton tol bulu nyaadil. Badingol kuolle bembulu jamia lonko asiata bake la fango. Hanin na nye fango, na nye min fango, na ba min fango ala ya dinna. Ngatara mamol ni mumol fango be famu na fanna woba kono. Woba fango tubabol natale yo wo fango na karintol bulo kono sain. Because min bembulu ninga wo fanan karangalie. European Union ning, West African governmental ye contract all mini sign. Puru la European kulungol ye tarantol la jiokon. Kanda nyel muta. Mbadingol tubabol yalon ne nyen chuna, nyen chuna. Ika murun dunia kono nyamin, dunia jio kono nyamin. Tubabol ya bele karanga be bulokon. wala tinne nata ti nintolla mansa kundalie wo contract gold fix because ya londe wo tunal nabota Europe jiol kono aka futa Africa jiol kono watol minila wala tinna inata ka wo tunal bandije ninye mang mimal na dukara fonya ngaki yana afele na tablet o kono hani kodol min fango yalan ko tol ya tandi dunia la ko ika wo kodol soto ntolla African jiyo kono ye faniale fo wo fananto because he tol kami tandin tolla African president wala ko itol ka wo kodi sifale bondi wod lato anin niya wafi European market o kono ika kodi sifa minni bondi je ifatatal wolbebe safere mbulu jande so nyini bele yati nanka fale kontolma independent o soto kato minem hani sign to babol bentol nene kan mfango la banko kan ibenda mansa kundal nene la ibe nene la nyadile ila hadume ya wala bati na la woni ne robinal bawo nin tubabol ni tolbe jame to wori le tolbe suñarol min kele to la banko dingol tubabol be nya kasila wala le danko itolye continue ibe mistake o min keke la banko dingol la itolye continue ka woke nyinti ñaar sifale bank ntol kan politiko tiñata bar fanko fango tala no fente fombe min kono ten nyin koleya ning alama mako ya be lafa la be continue la le kalafa kato minem mobe majembe koleya min kono min mi ya sabu min ka kos mobe ma woje folon barinte malik mane ya jale wala tin nango alnga muru back to the culture nka min faliyeten mansa kundal fangote wo bondila no kato minem mansa kundal dunta saratol le kono mi yalon koy nin dunia le wo saratol ke ni tol ko be bondila wo kono doron koleyale be lale la mansa kundal kan so kool be jele minni mulunta ko nyin kool min yalon kon tol banku dingol fangole nyanta wulila nga kumasi nga wuli nganda ni nafa kool bula nga wuli na bankoye nga nyem falindirol kije nimma woke doron be tulale wotuo mbadi ngola be kedin na banko kannede because ne social media jibe bi wati o wati ne ya jibe yento la banko dingol jibe be minkan ika kontane kuol minila nidia be kuol minito abebu fennete mi ya lonka manken tati so ni wo manken tati wune ben tol garanti no la ko ntolla woni nidia be continue no la it's not possible fannene la wo fannene nyantam fonyola wala fannene man tambala ndolbe dinde yala to momin mobu kata boro sam pharmacie hani itata health center to boro sifa baby jele yebo doctor ya ay kayto safe ye finti yedum ita parantero to mimbe siri yadi ala jibe ay la borol ta ye gondong ay ke ay do kona ya moda fo ko yinyinta nyi wato yinyinta iseta barbi ika o kayto safe ya fo ko ta pharmacie nyin lan ko wolti nyanta minne jibela mbadingol la baraka bake me danna jang bar nyemman ken labangoji soma na diata ala yambina la nga nyem programme o nga labang nyenye ko be dunna konole nga tandalla Amsterdam, Netherlands. The Chinese Ministry of Agriculture, MOA, is pulling the plugs on 3 Chinese companies conducting illegal, unreported, unguarded fishing in West Africa. Nyebe mufengo leti mini ya lonko. Itajela na national news con. Yaja. bantonga lon nka research kenyaming nin laftan na banko sambanya lon ngalon nka wol nyini namento so weekend on binala la kotenke ganyin dula la bang ala baraka bake Mr. Jame mbe konton namba fule ni mbara ila contribution all betiata bake ani ye time o me spend bidding programo kumasi wato kana for sign. Yes, China worked ladol fangotole Mr. Adam. You know, Africa started all BJB even Mandarin karankan saying. You know, mgamuru back to colonial another colonial past like yaji. So whoever colonized them, but Chinese wolfana natale, wolfana ya start like a colonized sign because ning Chinese ye Chinese language will start nyaming. Wo bankol fango tanga police nga Chinese police fango je wo banko to le inela uniform wol. Ikoni wo banko la police lebe do pola. Nga police fango je siring classroom mo kono be Chinese karanka. Minati na Africa no be bola la African language to aina ai Chinese karansai. In Africa. Iko pur Chinese ol mini be wo banko ke be wol police la nyami. Wala ati na foi Mandarin karan. That is nonsense. Minati na wo Chinese ol mon nanang. Yesuwa hile karang. Ani tol lakang. What is a sinoji? Komin nin tol nata jang. Nin lafta citizen siptala. Ika funga nga English called okaranyami. Nga wo pass isaje. Nsena pass no puruka kela citizenship soto. But African ol ma woke Chinese ol bulale. Mindia te be wala kekan so wala tine tolka fe la banku dingo leko itol fane Chinese kamo karan. It's very sad. La baraka bake for wati kote weekend on benyum program wala banale na tuda minton sa kumasi woto lama bulin na kaira kono. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.